Welcome to Let's Get Dumb, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallen, and comedian Jonah Jerkins like to ask dumb questions, tell dumb stories, make dumb lists, and just have a good old time with you. How are you, Jonah?
I'm incredible. Thank you for asking.
Dude, I love it, man.
Yeah.
You see? You're a dude to come out the gates hot.
There it is.
Fuck yeah, man. You just threw off all the listeners, all the diehards who wait for the long.
I've been patiently waiting for that.
Let me try it. Ask me how I'm doing.
How you doing?
Great.
See how great that feels?
It actually does
feel pretty good, right?
You know what? I get it now.
A good totally pregnant pause is incredible. When you can really hit it.
I
hit
agree,
it well.
but I don't like the word pregnant pause.
Why?
Pregnant should only be for pregnant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. But I don't know. Just the phrase pregnant pause. I guess it makes sense.
Do you think it's like the alliteration of that? Like, where do you?
No, I'm a fan of alliteration.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I could alliterate like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You
can't give an example off the top of my head right now.
No, like the way we're staring at each other, we are searching for a good way to alliterate motherfucker.
Jonah Jeff Jerkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you were born in alliteration.
I was born in alliteration.
I like that Cubs hat, by the way.
Thanks. I know. I figured you like it. It really accent your eyes, your blue eyes. I'm wearing it has a blue underneath the brim. I'm not going to give it to you.
The brim. Yeah. I'm not asking for it. You give me enough. Dude, yeah, we're excited for this one. Everyone, just to tease you a little bit, we're going to do top 5 sexiest accents.
Yeah.
We're doing that because we are wrapping up season 2. A couple more episodes for you. A little break. I still think we're going to post something. I'm going to talk to Austin. Maybe we'll do like a compilation one, or we could do like I know other podcasts I follow, when they take breaks, they'll do like a classic.
Yeah.
And then they just repost an old episode.
Yeah.
So, and that might be fun because we might have some new listeners who might be like, oh, I didn't hear episode 11.
Yeah.
Yay for me.
You should do like a director's commentary of the episode that caused the season 1, season 2 break.
Oh, that's right.
You should do that.
Greg?
How great,
Greg
yeah.
Kennedy episode.
How great would that
bastard
be?
Who didn't really know me that well. And I thought it was a different Greg coming too. Yeah.
Oh my God. Honestly, what if we did a video, like a reaction video of you watching that? Would that fuck with you?
No, it wouldn't. I don't. What, do you think it's gonna like cause me PTSD? No, I don't give a shit. I could laugh about it. I laughed about it as soon as I got my car and drove away that night.
Yeah.
Because for the background, let's get some new listeners in real quick. If I could summarize it.
And if you're new, what the fuck? Where you been, bud?
We miss you. You should have been on board.
We have missed you.
But we're happy you're here now. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it was episode 7, I want to say, and we were doing this question that was inspired by a game of poker. This comedian asked, like, you have to eliminate one of these 3 things, and we thought, oh, that's a fun one. And I do think we should get back to some questions like that now that I talk about it out loud. But anyway, we were telling whoever we asked the question to that they have to, so it was, one choice was alcohol, gambling, or adult films.
Oh.
I'm being smart for the YouTube reasons, not mentioning that one word. And so you eliminate it from society, meaning society never knows it exists, so they don't know what they're missing. And why are you doing it? So, and then we would tell like the guest, oh, like the movie Yesterday. You kept going to the well on that because you knew it was upsetting.
Well, let's do the real history here. The actual history is you and I did a you and I pod, and then we came up with that. And then the way it was expressed or explained that I remember was that it's like you wake up the next day and then everything, that one is eliminated, but you're the only one that knows the loss of it. Yeah.
That was
so then I instinctively, because I go, oh, it's like the movie Yesterday. And then we tell you and you're like, yes, it is. Yeah, it actually is. And we talk about it. The cut to next week, the week after episode, I forgot I said that. I legitimately forgot I said that. And you're expressing it to a guest. It might have been Kristen Toomey.
I believe so.
Yeah, a past guest of ours, incredible comedian. And you said that, and I go, oh, it's like the movie Yesterday, like earnestly. And then you turn around, and then you started yelling at me because you were like,
that doesn't sound right.
Because you were like, we don't know how we're gonna release these. Like, why would you say that? Like, like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're a fucking idiot. Like, I'll hit you again. Don't make daddy get his belt. Like, stuff like that. And then I was like, oh, well, now that's going to happen again.
Yeah, you did not learn at all.
So the beginning of this was the idea that if you never got upset about it, it never would have happened to you. Do you know what I mean? Like the sliding doors situation.
I see. So you're telling the world right now.
Can we zoom in on him scratching his eye because he's definitely upset.
You're telling them I'm not upset, but it's funny what you said to me because I translate that to if you never would have gotten upset about it, I never would have tormented you over it.
Yes.
Which is a weird way of saying you're a shitty person.
Yes. Agreed.
Hey, you have a thing that you can't stand. I, your friend, am going to make you even more upset about that thing that's upsetting you.
It's more like, oh, now here is a game that has that just kind of presented itself to me.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I did push it a little too far, but it got to the point where you were like, dude, seriously, please stop. And I was like, okay, yes, I will. But why don't we push it 3 more times? Right? Because of comedy, right? And I had these elaborate things planned, right? I had these 3 elaborate things. I spent a lot of money to get this done. I conspired. I had to buy multiple copies of this movie from multiple sources because the original sources didn't have enough copies.
No one told you to buy 10 copies on Blu-ray.
Do you think that I only was going to buy 10 copies?
We owe those to people.
We do.
Okay, right. David Flynn, Chad McDaniel. There's a few people.
We do.
Please, whoever we told we'd give you one, give us a reminder. Okay, right. We'll get after that.
We do have those stored away for you.
Yeah, I could try to.
And they're right. No, just kidding.
If you do have them anywhere, I could try to do that while we take our season 2 to season 3 break.
Right.
So you did. You went to some great lengths.
But my funny thing is either I planned it too well or it just was tormented a little too long for you. Is that you quit on the first one, which is great. You didn't quit, but like you had it up to here.
Well, let's give people the backstory of that though, because I think if you would have
recap episode,
if you would have tried that on a different day, and Austin could probably back me on this.
Yes,
it probably would have gotten a laugh out of me, especially with the unzipped thing and all that. But do you remember? I was texting you the whole day.
Yes,
because it was like the first nice day in Chicago after a hard winter. It was like 80 degrees unexpectedly. I had a show at Laugh Factory that night. I was tired, I think. I had a show the night before. And I was basically trying to get you to be like, let's do this another day. Let's drink on your roof. Let's do something else. It's beautiful outside.
Yes.
And so you were like, no, we already asked Austin, which is true. You know, if you book someone's time, you don't want to not follow through. And then with the whole Greg thing, I didn't know who you had as a guest. And then it was like, oh, well, shit, I don't know him all that well. And I thought it was you meant Greg Bartusiak, who's a good dude too. So I wasn't, and I know Greg Bartusiak better than Greg Kennedy, but not now. Well, now I know them both equally. Doesn't matter. My point was I didn't want to do it. And so then I said to you, fine, I'll do it.
Yes.
But then I told you, do not do the yesterday gag.
That's true. Yes.
I said that.
This is all true.
And I told you I would walk out if you did.
You didn't say that part.
I didn't say walk out.
No, you didn't say that part. But I'm sure in your head, you're like, I'm going to fucking walk out if this motherfucker does this. And okay, so, well, yeah.
I thought I did.
For the listeners that have been listening for a long time, I'm sorry we're recapping it, but it is a fun recap. So the plan was I was going to have, instead of me saying, oh, it's like the movie yesterday, I was going to have our guest say, oh, is it like the movie yesterday? Which I knew that would throw you off. And then I had a yesterday t-shirt made and I was wearing it and I had it zipped up to my neck. And then I knew that you would look at me being like, are you fucking serious? And I was going to zip down this and open up my shirt. That was the first gag, right? Mm-hmm. And but I already had the stuff planned, you know? So when you said that to me, I was like, uh-oh. But I was like, shit, I already planned this though. And then I knew you were very honest. You're like, listen, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. And I think I remember having a conversation with our producer, Austin, being like, I think, well, I mean, we have to.
You don't have to. You could have waited a week.
I know, but
you were too excited. I
was, because I spent a whole day prepping Greg.
Greg, by the way, nailed his line.
I know
he was great in that.
And I was honest with you. And this is where I was really shitty. Is you were like, please don't bring it up.
Yeah.
And I said, Joe, I promise you that I will not bring it up. And I didn't.
See, I wasn't looking for like his little like cheat code, how to get around it.
I should have made I bigger and then parentheses it. I promise you, I want to give it you the thing.
Because most of the time I'm reading text from people. I'm driving my car. I'm a big texter and driver. Everyone, you should do it. It's safe.
Yeah. Because the people
joking.
If they watch for the people that watch us on YouTube or watch our clips, we are in front of kind of like a whiskey cabinet here. So the final straw, which would have been the third straw, was I was going to replace every one of these shelves with a bunch of copies of the movie on Blu-ray or DVD, and then I was going to secretly record you being like, oh, Joe, I'll meet you downstairs and I'll be there in a second. And then have a camera open where you'd come down and we could see you actually have the reaction to it. And it was all leading to that moment.
And at any point, did you think to yourself, I could use my time for so many better things than this.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it did not.
It never occurred to you.
Never occurred.
Like you never thought like, I could probably, work on my stand-up or do some
of course not.
writing or I
mean, technically this was writing.
Read a book.
Yeah. It was just like,
go for a walk.
Have you ever gotten excited for a prank? We've talked about pranks before in that podcast.
You're a bigger prank person than I am. I don't really, my version of a prank is something that comes up within 3 minutes where I'm like, oh, so-and-so's coming. Oh, I'm going to do something really funny where I hide and scare them, or I'll take the toilet paper out of the bathroom. But it's all like instinctual. You're a big like, let's fucking have some layers to this. Let's plan.
I know. And then like, I'm a big believer in like story, and like a big believer in like emotion and through lines, and like, kind of things happening throughout a course of time. It was really interesting to me. And I was just like, oh, this is such a fun journey. And then I swore to myself that of course this will stop. It has to stop. Like this is the crescendo. And I thought that you'd take it in stride. But you did, kind of, yeah. I will say that Joe.
Well, no, to me at that point, no, go ahead.
Oh, all I was gonna say is that like, I don't know if we're gonna clip this out, but like if we put like a clip of you like walking out, but like you left, and then I felt you were great because I instantly felt horrible. Like I was, and then also your plan was great because you made it that I could never do that again, and now I owned like 30 copies of that, and I had posters coming, and I had CDs coming, and I had a tote bag that's coming. Like I researched this, and you cut all that off for me using it, so now I have access things, which is funny. And then also you like, I felt bad. You ultimately left all the way, and then you texted me. And then we had to like scramble, like kind of like, and then Austin jumped on, and that was the first time we had Austin on.
Because it was about 20 minutes in.
Yeah. And we usually do about an hour.
And it was the longest podcast we had done too, because it was like an hour 20.
Yeah, because it kind of reset.
Yeah, and you even said, I don't know how to end this.
Yeah.
But what made me laugh, here's why I walked out.
Your text, do you remember your text that you texted me during that?
Which was great. Saying like, dude, I thought that was the funniest thing to do, was to walk out.
Yeah, and it was.
It was.
Like,
because in my head, I was like, what do I do here to be like ultimately like, oh shit, he really laughed.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing was too where, and Greg was just hilarious in that episode, because you're still yelling for me, Joe, and you're like, that's the sound of my front door opening.
Right.
That's the sound of my front door shutting. And then Greg's like, yeah, he definitely laughed. I hear a car starting outside.
Yeah.
And then it was like a weird pause, and you're like, oh shit. And then Greg goes, great prank, dude. Like, just great prank. Yeah.
Like all sarcastic.
He nailed that line.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, everyone go back and check out episode 7 of the podcast. So maybe we could throw that one up as a classic.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe the Toomey episode, because I always loved how she talked about, speaking of getting high, she talked about getting really high and thinking SpongeBob SquarePants was about her vagina. That was a very funny story. I had a fun weekend. Shout out to anybody who's listening to this podcast who saw me at the Comedy Cabin in Janesville, Wisconsin. Awesome time. Got to catch up with Marty DeRosa. Kaylee Horton was the feature. She was great. Nathan Clemens, he runs the club as a comedian too. He was awesome. It was a really good hang weekend. Your home state of Wisconsin, very sweet human beings there. And I was catching up with Marty DeRosa, who's been on this podcast. And, I'm not a big weed guy.
No.
I'm more of an alcohol guy.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I need to shift that.
Really?
People who get really high don't drunkenly throw shoes at buildings.
No.
When they're angry.
They can't take their shoes off.
They can't take their shoes off.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a more chill person.
Do you feel like, so when you felt more chill? Because I'm assuming that means you got very high this weekend?
Yes. Marijuana is medicine. I really believe it's medicine. It's grown from the ground. It has so many purposes. It's insane.
So is the wheat
that
that's in that beer.
Stigma. There's weed in this beer?
Wheat.
Oh, wheat. That's
so
also
the wheat that's in that beer.
Yeah, you're right. That is from the ground. So, and barley, I believe, is from the ground too. So it's, I don't know. I just felt like you feel more calm and at peace. I've never ever seen anyone high or been high myself where it's like, you know what else fucking pisses me off, right?
Yeah.
But with alcohol, yeah, that happens. Like you hear about people losing their shit on alcohol all the time and snapping on people.
Yeah.
Not on weed.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just gonna become a pothead.
Yeah, because
Really? Dressing differently.
Are you gonna growing your dreads again?
I'm gonna talk about weed on stage like every pothead comic does.
Nice.
Or it's gonna be the only thing I talk about.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Brother, chill out.
I can smoke weed, man, but I'll tell you what, I will not smoke weed with white people. You know why?
Yeah.
You fucking know why. Like that's all of them. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna switch your music taste?
Reggae, 100%.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Doing modern day? We doing
It's
Bob Marley?
reggae. It hasn't changed since its inception.
Okay.
Reggae literally sounds the same.
Yeah.
It's one song.
You can get in jam bands?
No, I can't.
At
go
Dead
that
and Co?
far. I can't. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. What other bands can I get into as a podhead? Austin, you're a podhead. What kind of music do you like? Our producer, you're not a pothead.
He gave it a look like he goes,
I've
what?
never been high.
You've never been high in your life.
No, I never will, and I can't. My lungs are scarred, so I can't actually inhale smoke. I will die.
Scared
Way
from
to
what?
ruin the fucking
Dogs.
vibe, dude.
From dogs?
Oh, sorry.
From
Oh,
dogs.
I'm sorry, Joe. You asked
No,
me.
from the
Also
cancer he
sticks.
had, right?
Did you get
You
attacked
do
by a dog?
sticks?
Sorry.
Wasn't that type of cancer. Did you? Was attacked by dogs? Were you
Oh
attacked by
no,
dogs?
I'm just deathly allergic to dogs.
Oh.
They fill my lungs with fluid and then it damages them.
Nice.
You're
Yeah.
allergic to dogs?
Like death, like bad.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, really bad.
So Jonah, a dog, you can work with
I
us.
couldn't. I would not be able to. I try to push through. Some dogs are worse than others. The worst ones are hypoallergenic dogs. They destroy me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's no EpiPen because there's nothing.
Aren't they supposed to be not?
Yeah, that doesn't
Weird.
work.
And that
Mine's
fucks
just
you up
so
the most.
extreme, it bypasses it all.
You know what's crazy about that? It's weird. So, for me, it's like Xanax makes me more panicky. I have
Oh,
panic attacks by taking Xanax because I feel it working, and then I start having a panic attack. I have like the
me with
opposite effect.
caffeine. Like I drink a Mountain Dew, then I'm like, all right,
You
that's
tired? Yeah. Weird. Do you have a weird reaction to that stuff?
I know. Like you said my name like you did. No,
No, it's for the listeners.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm blanking. I don't think there's. I'm sure there's an example of something where it's like that's not supposed to be making me tired, but it did.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say like pranks by your friend that is clearly coming from a good heart are taken as attacks.
Yeah. I come to wake up.
When you wake up, you come.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know how like you hear people come and then the guys are like, "Oh, it's bedtime."
Yeah, I'm tired
like,
now.
Wired. I'm like, "Let's go fucking run."
Yeah.
Like, that's how I am. Like, it's,
Yeah,
you do a nice little jerk off and you go play football. That's what that's.
Oh,
that's what you do.
That's
Yeah,
like
so
an opposite
that
thing for
builds
you,
you
man.
energy.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Like, yeah. So that's a little opposite, I think.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a car. You need you need a combustion to move.
Mm-hmm.
So he has to combust to move.
Yeah,
Like a car.
Yeah, I'm a car. Yeah.
Yeah, so your dick is like a car.
What model?
What Model T?
Thank you.
Yeah, because it takes you a while to come by. Trust me, it is. My hand got so tired. It's insane.
I was waiting for it to get gay.
It
Yeah.
was
I'm
crazy.
surprised it took as long as it did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm searching my brain. I know there's something because I know I've talked to people before and they go, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, total opposite effect on me."
Yeah.
But I'm just blanking on whatever the hell it is. Maybe it was Valium because remember when for the vasectomy, that Valium did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. You just rage right through it.
I felt way too much when they were doing what they were doing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. Yeah, I wish I had one for you guys. I like yours though. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Sometimes I have energy after making love.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't.
All the time. One of my bits I do to my girlfriend, I was like, "Hey, you want to go in this Target bathroom and make love?"
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
then they get mad. I'm like, "No, I said make love. We're not gonna fuck. We're gonna make love."
Yeah.
Real quick, you said they as your girlfriend go by they them.
No, did I say they?
Yeah,
I'm getting back. I guess it's just I wired that in. No.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful woman.
It's a beautiful.
I said it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop.
You
talking.
said, you said it's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry. I fucked
That's
up.
cool.
Also, I had a question for you.
Also, I wondered why did you bring a doll here?
Oh,
Is that it?
that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually had a question about the dog thing. I've been asking people this. So I'm definitely allergic to dogs, but I don't have like a card to prove it or anything like that. So what would happen if I went on a plane and they sat a guy with a service animal next to me?
Well,
What happens?
you
Who
don't-
has to move?
well, you don't need a car. Well, I think what does happen? You die because you're sitting next to a
Like
dog.
a blind guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
blind guy who needs the dog. Like there's no way to get the dog off.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be there. But I'm here.
Well, what's funny about blind guys is they actually don't put them on planes. They put them on Greyhound buses because they don't know the difference. So then Southwest will sell your ticket.
Joe, what's your thoughts on that?
Wouldn't you just immediately be like, whoa, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm allergic to dogs. I just cannot. I'll get out of this row, or we could do something different. I can't.
Sure, but like mine's so bad that like once I'm like in a room, it's over.
I
you
know.
need a card. I
know
would
the
get a
fix.
card, dude.
I know
Like,
the fix.
how do I get
The
a
second you sit down, a dog sits next to you, you just go like that, and then they'll fucking move you. They'll move you right away.
No, but like, yeah, I'm talking like I went to a toga party, which is really weird that I went to one.
What year is this?
I went to a toga party last week, and
We forget he just turned 25.
Yeah.
When I was like 22, I think I went to a toga party.
Yeah, but that was like in 1986. Like, you're not talking about
22 in 1986.
Well,
man, I was one.
Well, your
What are
hat,
you,
your hat says different. So the
it's
point
a
is,
Beatles hat.
That's a good hat, Jonah.
It is a good
We were
hat.
just talking about yesterday.
They're the fucking Beatles, man. Like, it's not like.
I'm just saying, I don't think people do.
No,
I didn't know people still to this. I'm giving you shit,
I know,
obviously,
I know,
but like, I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah, it was a Loyola.
even when I was like in college, I thought that was like a passe thing.
No, it was a Loyola. I can't say the word very right.
Loyola.
Yeah, it was their party. And then I went, and then there's not any animal in sight, but like maybe an hour in, I would start going, and I was
there's a
like,
dog in
someone owned a dog. It's that bad where I'm like, someone owned a dog.
If
Man,
you,
that's terrible. I'm so sorry for you.
Oh, that's okay. Sometimes
So,
it does
so with
good.
women, you probably can't date certain women
That
because
was
they
my
have a
question.
dog.
You know,
Sorry,
the amount
yeah.
of times I've had to
Oh,
push
no.
through sex while dying on a dog, I was like, I got to make a choice here.
do you know, you just the way you said that sounded like you were having sex on top of a dog. You know,
I didn't mean to.
yeah.
All right. Well, I wanted to air the rumor.
You go.
I wanna
You
ask
know how many
you
times?
this.
You know how many times I've had sex while dying on a dog?
Well, did I really say
Did
Yeah,
you know how
did.
you said sex gives you energy?
Yeah.
Did the almost dying during sex give you energy, or do
No,
you want
that
to
was
lay down?
bad.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's-
say, dude.
I mean, I used to be allergic to cats the same way. So one time I took a risk. I'm like, I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to drive here and we're going to try it. And I woke up the next day totally fine. I found out I outgrew cats.
Yeah, because that pussy's dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
cats.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
Two
a
times,
You know
double
what I'm saying?
thing.
Two times.
yeah.
2 times. 1, 2. Okay, yes, we're at that angle for that one.
Yeah, I thought that was like an innuendo because cats and pussy.
I did do that. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
did.
good. All right,
Yeah.
good.
We're good.
Same page.
Yeah, we got it. See, we're back on
It's
track.
always funny when you have to explain it. And
Yeah.
I had to explain it.
Yeah.
For me
Yeah.
and the listeners.
Yeah.
And you know which listener you are. You stupid fuck.
Yeah. That's guys. Look for Joe's new album called "Let Me Tell You Why That's Funny."
Yeah, dude. I thought
trying
that'd
to
be a
embarrass
good name for an album. Yeah, you trying to embarrass me, stupid fucking
Trying to
bitch?
embarrass me, stupid fucking bitch?
That's what I'm gonna call the next one. You trying to embarrass me, stupid fucking bitch?
bitch?
Who's claiming that, by the
Yeah, a
way?
little wordy.
Yeah, a little wordy. Shout out to Nate Burrows, the guy who told you that story and you told us that story. He just became a father.
You did.
Yeah, so shout out to Nate Burrows.
Nate
Love
Burrows.
that guy. If you were in the St. Louis area, you got to go to Stu's. Stu's, what's it? Stu's something in kitchen. It's called Liquor and Kitchen.
Look in the kitchen.
Great place. I got to go to their soft opening back in January of this year, and the food was phenomenal. The atmosphere was phenomenal.
Yeah, go
The
early because
vibes.
it's packed too.
Yeah, I mean it's not a big bar, but they do really. I think the summer's nice because they got a big front patio.
Yeah.
So wintertime you'll probably want to get there early to grab a stool. But like I love it.
Okay, so I think Nate listens to this podcast, and I hope he does because this is a very important lesson I think that we need to talk about. So, you know what frustrates me is when you have a friend that's cute that doesn't like to show off that he's cute. So I know, Nate, I know you're very busy, and I understand that. But I mean, okay, first off, when your hair is cut nice and your beard is trimmed nice and you're kind of dressed nice, I'm always like, oh man, Nate's kind of handsome, right? But Nate, because he's a very busy guy, his hair is all out, his beard's or whatever. He's scary looking right now, and he posted pictures of his kid holding his kid. It looked like his kid was taken by a homeless man, and I was so afraid for his kid. And then I realized I was looking at my friend Nate, and I go, "Can you just try to be cute?" That's the thing. That's an epidemic in this fucking industry. Is that we have friends that could be cute, and you're a good looking man, right? And like I'm okay, whatever. The point is like you try.
You're handsome.
I try. You try. Austin tries. We have friends that are arguably attractive that just don't give a fuck.
Name them.
I'm not gonna do that because the people on the pod, no, because people listening won't know. So the point is like nothing's more frustrating than people with good looks that can't just keep up with it. Just keep up with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it says a lot that you are so fired up about this.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I was so concerned for that child for like 3 seconds.
for like 3, and then you're like, oh no, it's Nate.
No, because
That's
here's the
child's
problem.
father.
Here's the problem. Your dad looks like that when you come into this world. Then all of a sudden, cut to 5 years later, you're at a playground, and then a person that looks like that comes up to you and is like, hey, your dad said come with me. The kid's gonna be like, oh, this feels like a fatherly figure. This must be his brother. And then that's how you get taken. You're teaching your kids it's okay for ugly people to come talk to you. And we know notoriously from our previous podcast that those are the people that take kids.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a guy? Have you ever
Never
seen a
seen a
picture of a
handsome
pedophile
kidnapper.
that looked like Brad Pitt?
No,
Yeah.
because then it would be totally fine.
Right. But also,
the
like, if you
kid
saw,
would be asking for it.
that's what my point. If you saw a picture of a guy of a pedophile that looked like Brad Pitt, you'd have to be like, well, I get why it worked. Like that makes
Who's
sense.
gonna say no to that?
Yeah.
right. Nobody is.
Have you ever spent?
By the way, I think you're going a little hard on our boy Nate, and you have to understand.
I love
there
that man so
I know
much,
you do. You don't have to justify that part, but like, there is a vibe. You and I kind of think about handsomeness in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt was your go-to answer of example of a hot man.
Yeah.
And he's probably one of mine as well.
Yeah.
But that's where our age is starting to show a little bit.
Yeah, because he's 60 now.
He's 60, right? I'm in my 30s still, thank God. I don't know what you're in right anymore, but so like
I'm in the era that you're going to be in about 2 weeks, brother.
3.5. So
can I say something? Hold on to that extra half.
I'm gonna hold on to it as long as I can.
Yeah.
Adam Driver. When I see him, I don't think good-looking man. But
No,
clearly there are people who do.
I see why people think he's good looking.
I don't even, other than he's tall.
It's the same thing with
He's a good actor.
yeah, but it's the same thing like with Barry Keoghan.
Barry Keoghan?
Yeah, I mean he's also jacked, but I understand why he's attracted. Like
Barry Keoghan's jacked.
he's pretty
He's buff.
He's buff.
Zac Efron's buff. I mean, Barry Keoghan, I don't think he's
Say buff,
jacked.
He's just like he's like
In good
Cody
shape.
Rhodes.
Yeah, he's like
Cody
this.
Rhodes isn't
He's
buff,
like
he's
this
just
generation.
fit.
Well, like that. Okay, well that's a fucking problem too. Is what's really frustrating is like when you and I grew up, it was like all about like buff, like big, like you got to be like the fucking meathead dude. And then now all of a sudden it's like no, I like lean and like that look. And it's like, well, I didn't fucking know things are gonna change on me. Like it's insane.
The butts and boobs.
Yeah.
Same with butts and boots. Like that.
We grew up with
it's
boobs,
the
now everyone wants
opposite. You
butts.
know what's funny about that? It's the opposite. Now it's all about thick ladies.
Well, things come back around, though. I think boobs are making a comeback.
It's weird how it's kind of opposite with
I like
men and
boobs
women,
better.
right? Because I would say like when it was like, oh, to be a hot guy, you have to be like like when Brad Pitt got jacked for God damn it, what's the movie Austin?
Snatch.
Fight Club.
Meet Joe Black.
No,
Snatch, Fight Club.
Troy. So when he got
Troy.
when he got jacked for, or Ryan Reynolds got jacked for Blade Trinity, everyone's like, oh my god, look how fucking big these guys are. So that's great. Same around the time, that's when everyone's like, look how skinny fucking Britney Spears is, even though she's like, you know what I mean? It's weird how it kind of.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Isn't that weird how it's kind of like flippy
yeah,
floppy?
but things go differently. It's weird, but it's also like music. One genre is more popular than the other. Same with looks. There's like a look. In the
No, I
90s,
get
they had
it.
that heroin chic where they were all so skinny and their
Yeah.
cheeks were
Gross.
sucked in and out. Yeah, exactly. And so it comes back around and it goes in different things. The body type that you're rocking will be big again one day. Okay, I mean you'll be
Dad
dead,
bod?
but
Dad
yeah. No, some people like that dad bod shit. You know, I think they're lying to be honest, but some people like it. But no, as far as like the looks of these dudes, like Barry Keoghan is a good example, and we got to get to our list. He's with that Jeremy Allen White guy from The Bear and
That's what I mentioned
Shameless.
too, yeah.
There's these dudes that you look at them and you're like, these guys like 5'4", 5'5". Short
Don't they call
kings.
that rat chic?
Rat chic, as they're trying to say.
Something like
Because
that.
Barry Keoghan looks a little rat. He's a great actor too.
Yeah, they're all
I
great.
can see his thing. He's kind of got like a bad boy looking away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got the Irish accent. I can kind of see what's going on. And Jeremy Allen White, from his days on Shameless, kind of has that. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and I'm gonna be real foul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I might be a little stinky, but you still want to fuck me. I don't know. I don't get it. But then again, I am not a woman. So whatever they're attracted to, you just got to accept, and it goes in waves. And 6 months from now, they'll still be like, there'll be someone else that they're into. It'll be
Yeah.
a different style. And guys are like that too. Like you said, Austin. You know, it's all about asses for a while. Now it's thickness. For a while, it was the Victoria's Secret look. Love that look still. The 5'9", 5'10" with like legs for days.
Yeah, when we were
did
kids, it
all,
was
you
like
know,
the slutty blonde big boob or fake big boob.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's funny when you look back at that, I'm always like, I don't find these girls attractive at all anymore. Like, I mean, I can see why, but like that whole like, yeah.
It's Pamela
Of course
Anderson.
you do.
Come
Of
on.
course you do.
Like, I mean, it's not my number one go-to right now.
brand.
We should do like our top 5 celebrity crushes one day.
Okay.
Can you throw one out there? Is there like
You know
a
what's funny? I
woman
don't
right
really
now?
think that way. I don't really
Jake
know.
Gyllenhaal. Yours
Oh,
would be
guys?
Jake
Oh, guys, I have a list.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a long
It would all
list
be
on
guys
that.
for Jonah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
talks about him all the time.
Yeah. Because it's like, I would, like, that's how I would like, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal right now. I'd say he's probably the hottest. Nah, he's getting kind of old. I don't know. I presume them to say kind of old there. But like,
Well, she's the one woman I'm thinking of right now who she's kind of old, but I saw her on an episode of Scrubs, which is also a show that was off the air 15 years ago. Heather Graham.
Oh
Prime
my God,
Heather
I love
Graham.
Heather Graham.
Prime
Still.
Heather Graham is
Dude.
all-timer.
oh,
Heather
she's
Graham
great.
in
She's
Boogie
gorgeous. Yeah.
Nights.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Fully naked,
So
Heather
good.
Graham.
Yeah.
Pussy out, Heather Graham.
Yeah. Tits out, puss out.
But yeah, you can't do that. You're allergic to pussy. We all know that.
No, I outgrew it.
Oh, oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Oh, good.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of,
You see your girlfriend naked, you're like, normally be afraid of this, but I outgrew it. Hello. And I outgrew it now. Look at my point at my dick. Look at how I outgrew it. I outgrew it.
Keep that one in mind. Maybe there'll be when we launch the Patreon eventually. We could do episodes
yeah.
like that because
Do you have like? I don't think I get
know.
like celebrity crushes anymore. Like, do you get crushes?
No. I don't know when I grew out of them though. Someone asked me recently, like, name some celebrity crushes, and everyone I named, they were like, yeah, like 12 years ago. I'm like, yeah, maybe that's the last time I had one. I don't know.
I don't like. I'm so bad at paying attention to that shit. I'm just like, I feel like as you get older, people are like, oh, you're just old. I'm like, yeah, I think you just get too busy to pay attention to that shit.
Yeah, I mean, there are women where I'm like, holy shit, she's attractive, right?
Right.
There's, that comes across sometimes, like I was flipping through the channels and I saw Wonder Woman and I'm like, oh man, she's unbelievable. That
Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot,
She's
whatever,
gorgeous,
yeah.
yeah.
And then, one of the Marvel
Tomb Raider.
movies was on, that's Angelina Jolie.
No, but yes,
She's
but no,
still
the
amazing.
newer two.
Oh, there's a new one.
Yeah.
Alicia Vikander.
Yes, it was also on Ex Machina. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's this one actress, Cuban actress who was in not the first Knives Out. What's her name? Ariel or something.
Ana de
Dumas.
Armas?
What's it?
Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Ben Affleck dated her.
gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, Emily Ratajkowski. She's more of a model, but she's been doing a little acting. She's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, also, it's kind of hard to just zone in on a celebrity crush when there's just beautiful women everywhere nowadays. Like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you open up Instagram and you're just fucking being shoved all these beautiful women there, and you're like,
I started doing the net worth game
almost too
yesterday,
much.
like where you're just like, hey, name a celebrity, and then I go like, hey, guess what their net worth is, net worth on internet is. But of course, like obviously that's inflated or it's less, because nobody knows. But it's kind of fun to play. But then I started looking up, which is more like valid to figure out, like how much some of these Instagrammers, these Insta celebrities, influencers are making per post, and it is like, god damn, man, that's insane.
Sick money, huh?
Right. But then people get pissed off because they're just like, oh, fuck this. Like this fucking, but it's like, it still took them 40, 50 hours a week to get to that level. So they still put in the work. You can't just like, you have to put in work to still get that high. You know what I mean?
All right, let's wrap up. I got a thought about some celebrity culture stuff real quick.
Yeah.
So the Hawk Tour girl, right?
Here it comes.
No, I just want to say this to the other podcasts out there. Maybe I've said this on the podcast before,
think so.
but there are like, I don't understand big podcasts having the Hawk Tour girl on.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I'll give Rogan credit. He hasn't had her on. But Bill Maher, what the fuck were you doing? Like Whitney Cummings, I don't understand. Like you're from the world of stand-up comedy. You're supposed to make fun of shit like that. Mm-hmm. The girl, yeah, she was funny and cute in a little clip where she's like, you got to spit on a dick. And it was funny and it came around at the right time. But like, in what world are you like, let's present her more?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, if you're a comedian who has a massive podcast like that and you're choosing her over comedians you know damn well are fucking awesome comics and could use that push, then you're a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck you. You're wasting that opportunity. You're just basically saying you're a sellout little whore. You're a fucking, no, you are. You're a corporate little piece of shit who's just like, who's the flavor of the month?
Yeah.
Oh, this person went viral? Like, what did that really give you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I don't know fuck Bill Maher, but like, I don't know what his numbers are. Did that really add more? How many people were like, oh, Bill Maher's the Hawk Tour girl on?
Yeah.
I've never listened to his podcast or watched his YouTube show before. I got to see it now. Like,
Right.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's lame as shit to me.
Yeah.
And for comedians to do it, it's very disappointing.
Yeah.
Like other people in other forms of podcasting or whatever, it's still lame, but it's expected. Mm-hmm. But for comedians to do it, very disappointing.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. That's my rant of the day. You guys should let me have a rant of the day. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because he's doing a very scary way. I had to say. I had to yes and that. Yeah.
Were you scary?
No.
Sometimes you don't need to yes and it. You
really
just got to
good.
get off the
No.
tracks.
I thought it was good. And then like also you don't believe in the hot tui thing at all. Anyways.
Well, yeah, I was doing a joke about how I was like, don't spit on my dick. Have some respect.
I was teeing you up for that.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, I just feel like you should have enough saliva in your mouth naturally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember the first time I watched adult film in which spitting on it, I remember just thinking like,
I don't want that either.
Seemed a little disrespectful.
It did.
Like it never seemed necessary.
Yeah.
You know, and I've heard people, I've said this before, and it's usually guys who never get any action.
Yeah.
Who try to go, oh, dude, you're missing out. And I look at them like,
You're just watching a lot of porn, bud.
dude, you're watching. It's never happened to you before. You wish it had, and you're trying to play it off like you're cooler than you are. Mm-hmm. Let's not play this game.
Yeah, I like the guys
You're
that
gonna get hurt.
I like the guys you have a conversation with, and you're just like, I think you're just watching too much porn. You know what I mean?
Reminds me of that Adam Sandler, because we did the top 5 Adam Sandler movies. At that one scene in Billy Madison, Chris Farley is like, I did this. And he's like, no, you didn't.
Nah, no, I didn't. But
I know
a
a
friend of
guy
mine,
who
yeah,
did.
yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's the same thing with these
Yeah.
dudes, right? You spend too much time on the internet.
They're like, it'd be pretty cool if they did, huh? Yeah.
It would actually be, but yeah. All right, so this list is in honor of Jonah. You were about to go to Spain.
Yeah, I'm the reason why we're taking a little bit of a break.
Yeah, going to Spain for a little bit. And so we were just talking about like accents and stuff. And we thought it'd be fun to do top 5 sexiest accents.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a list. I think you're going to kind of rock off the top of your head a little bit here.
I am a little bit because we kind of came up last minute. But
because we're dudes, I know we have female listeners, but I'm going from the point of view of me imagining a woman using this accent.
I'm gonna come from the point of view of like the accent. I'm gonna come from the point of view of like I've had this conversations with females. I'm trying to do a general sense. But I also I feel like
you're gonna give us the top 5 sexiest male accents.
No, but I will say that like sometimes I will say that like
to no one's surprise.
To me, like I think in a male version it's not, or in a male version it is, and the same. Sometimes it's opposite, where like if a female has that, it's kind of like no.
Well, no, I mean, so
some accents are just universally ugly.
All right, I'll give you an example. This is not in my top 5, but when I hear Margot Robbie, by the way, Margot Robbie is celebrity crush.
Gorgeous, yeah.
But when I hear Margot Robbie speaking her Australian accent, I dig it.
Yeah, me too.
I do, but I understand how. But like an average Australian woman using the accent, I could be like, it's not the best.
See, I think I disagree. So, okay. So then also,
but Australian men pull off the accent better than the women. I feel like
true, and that's an example that I was going to say.
And here's an example. And this was on my list. Russian women, that's a sexy accent to me.
That is not. That is very scary.
Well, it's different for you. You
very,
can talk about
very
it.
different. Yeah,
you have a history there.
Yeah.
But Russian
I do have
men,
a mamushka.
That's not sexy.
I think it's sexier in guys, to be honest with you.
I
think if I hear a woman doing that, I'm like, watch my fucking wallet, brother. Like, it is insane. Also, by the way, I forgot to tell you this, that the little stipulation on this is when you say the accent, we both have to try to do the accent.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Here's why the Russian accent by a woman is sexy to me. And I'll lead off. Fine. I'm not going to rank them in order, but I'll give you, here's my first one. We're on it. Russian accent. Out of a woman, it's sexy because there's a little danger there. They often get used.
I can see that.
They often get used as like the evil person in a Bond film, where it's like they're real sexy, and then it's kind of like, "Hello, the Joseph." I can't do a Russian accent, can I? Like,
that's the point, because I can't do any accent.
All right, well, that's why it's gonna be funny for our listeners, or really a painful listen to your ears.
Yeah.
I'm Melania Trump, and I want to. How you say it? And I made her French right now. It's like
also you're making love to the camera.
I want to suck your penis. I made her French.
It's your French, yeah.
How do you do a Russian accent? Oh, I know this. It's like yes, boys.
It is, yeah.
Yes, I killed the stepchildren. Yes, I can't do it. All right, well, thanks for making me look like an asshole.
I'm gonna try it too.
All right,
You gotta say vodka. You gotta have a word.
I do vodka. I'm fucking. What was it? Where was
Drago.
that?
Just do Drago. You can do Drago.
I crush you.
I'd kill your dad. I kill your dad. I kill your dad, which secretly gave you a lot of excess of things.
Jonah's doing his Russian stepmom.
Yeah,
right
Russian.
now.
Yeah, Irina.
Buffalo wings at funeral.
Yeah. Oh no, Jonah. I don't.
You
know.
give me the money.
Yeah.
That was, by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way,
don't splash the
John
pot.
Malkovich.
Yeah.
that was John
Give me the
Malkovich. Yeah.
money.
Chick, all day, chick.
Yeah. And give me the money. That's me.
I'm
That's
still
me.
I'm still up 30 grand
Yeah.
from last time I stick it in you.
That's right.
Stick it in you.
Disagree.
All right, well, I got Russian in my
I
top
could
5.
see it
Let's
'cause
lead it off. Who you
I could see,
got?
because I think like Austin Powers tried to teach us that because of the Bond movies and stuff like that. And then also I think even though she's not Russian, but like Rocky IV with Bridget Nielsen,
Yeah, she's
Tried to
what,
teach us it.
Swedish?
something like that.
Denmark? Danish?
Yeah. I'd say Australian. I think Australian on both ends. I think it's
All right, so you're leading off with Australian, I'm leading off with Russian.
I think right. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Say, here, say
Good day, mate. Good day. Okay. Yeah.
You try to sound like a woman when you say it, though? You
I-
sound like a fucking...
Get some beer here. Yeah.
There's way too much Wisconsin in that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
gotta tone that back.
You know what's crazy? I can barely do a
Good day,
Wisconsin
mate.
accent, which is insane. Good day, good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Hey, oh yeah, shrimp on the bar, eh?
Oi!
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. I kind of
About to go on walkabout.
Oi.
Oi.
Akadaka.
I'm just trying to do the dude
yeah.
Carl Urban from The Boys.
Yeah. Oi.
like-
Yeah.
Oi.
Oi.
Soups are cunts.
Yeah.
No, I kind of fucked up.
But like he's like it's kind of hot when he does that. And also like I think females that have that are sexy. I can't Margot Robbie I think is very sexy when
She is very sexy.
I'd rather hear her do that accent.
South African.
Charlize Theron's
There's
South
another-
African.
But South African is very similar to Australian, I would say.
An Australian woman.
But yes, dude, like Charlize is.
Charlize Theron's, that's more.
I think that's my biggest. If we're gonna go crushes, I think
that's Dutch.
from soup to nuts, I would say Charlize Theron's been my biggest crush ever on about us. If we go stars,
Nicole
She's
Kidman.
so beautiful. Yeah,
Nicole Kidman, yeah.
Kate Blanchett. I did not know.
Good day, mate.
Good day.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Oi, eh.
By the way, people are gonna fucking hate this. Do we have any Australian listeners? We apologize to our Australian listeners. I think we have a few. Sorry.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn.
I love his accent. He's great.
Yeah.
He's so good as one of the Skrulls in Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Good director Krennic in Rogue One. Amazing.
He's great in a movie called Mississippi Grind with Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh.
And he's good in The Outsider show. And he's good in Bloodline.
Since
on
I already
Netflix.
did it, here's another accent that I think is better with women than men.
Okay.
French.
I was just gonna say that.
French accent.
I agree.
But the French accent is very sexy on some women. And I don't know, they kind of have like a little bit of mystery to them. It's got a little bit of a, how you say, I want to play with your penis. Like, you know, you got a little bit of like the lingerie, French kiss. There's just like a sexiness where it's like, yo, Eiffel Tower. That was a dude. I don't know if I made him a dude right there. But like, you know, it's like, I'm trying to do a French woman. It's like, Je m'appelle Monet.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, how you say
Joseph.
comedian?
You comedian from Windy City. I can't wait for you to suck my titty. They rhyme. They're all rhymers. All of them.
They're
Right?
rhymers. They're notorious rhymers.
Notorious rhymers in bed. So you get excited for that, right? It's like, I want to play with your baguette.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. So yeah, French is number 2 or in part of my top 5. I guess I didn't really rank them, but we'll have to at the end. Yeah, who's your deuce?
I think like, you know what? I think this is going to be an accent. I think that's like very polarizing because I think that I know of women that hate this on guys and I know of guys that hate this on women. But I think it's because of Meet Joe Dirt with Brittany Daniel. I'm going to go Southern.
Dude.
I'm going to go regional Southern.
I have Southern on my list.
Yeah.
It's a specific kind of Southern too.
It is. It's like that fun, like Georgia Southern.
Yeah, because the Southern accent's strange in the sense where on dudes it could sound tough or it could
dumb.
sound like dumb. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's usually the go-to dumb accent.
It is.
If you're doing an American accent. But it's also funny because sometimes they sound insanely effeminate to me. Some of these Southern guys where it's like, we're going to go to church today.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, all right.
Okay, kiss my grits.
All right.
Kiss my grits.
I'm
We're going to
not-
go over there. Okay. All
I'm
right.
not
We're going to
sitting
do
next
that.
to
All
you.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when I go to if I imagine, close my eyes, and I picture like a beautiful Southern woman with that sexy Southern
Dukes of
accent,
Hazzard comes in there too.
I'm thinking Rogue from X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the animated series.
Animated series.
Rogue,
Had a big
X-Men,
crush.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Beautiful body.
But that's not Southern.
It's
It's Louisville. Yeah.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Sorry, I said
Where
Louisville.
the fuck do you think Louisiana is?
It's Cajun.
Is it more Cajun?
Yeah.
Gambit's Cajun.
So, but you know what's funny?
She's
But
not
there's a
Cajun.
there's a tint of
She's always calling everyone sugar. Hey there, sugar.
yes, no, it's Cajun, but there's a tint of French in that. That's where that comes from.
No, I think you guys are confusing Gambit with her because they were lovers.
No, but she's also Cajun too.
You know what? You
Don't
two-
look it up. You can spend time looking it up.
I want to look it up
look
because
it
I
up.
feel like you're wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
Our
hold
producer look it
on.
up.
This is perfect. Austin,
Yeah.
keep the camera
Yeah.
on Jonah
Yeah.
because he brought up the Southern accent. I did my version of a Southern accent. I'm gonna go pee while Jonah actually does a Southern accent. You got to
I'm
commit.
not gonna do that for
No.
you. You gonna pee? I'm not gonna do that.
Gambit.
Well, you have to do something like pee, otherwise it's dead air.
Do the
Oh,
gambit.
I'm not gonna just talk by myself. What?
Do the gambit.
I like how Joe goes to the bathroom and then he's mad at me for not looking straight in the camera doing a 5-minute fucking monologue with his big old fucking hog peeing all his shit up,
Peeing all his
peeing all this shit out from when he was all up in all up in Austin's guts.
Rogue X-Men accent. Yeah, do the gambit line that's gone viral.
Tell me it.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Woo! I'm gonna make a name for myself here. He does
All
that-
I know is Channing Tatum he's such a
she
good
has
actor.
She has a Mississippi accent, is what it says.
Oh, because a Mississippi girl don't change her ways just because everybody knows her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern Belle, Mississippi, particularly Caldecott County, Mississippi.
Okay.
The exact place.
Yeah. Austin, what would be on your list on this?
Of sexy, I love a good. I love any accent, honestly. I just think accents are fun.
Yeah.
I love a good Minnesota accent.
Okay.
Fargo. I think the Fargo girls are like.
Now, if it's fun, is it sexy?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I can see through the accent of their cute accent of like the Minnesota Nice and the Fargo is like, oh yeah, you like to fucking gag on dick.
Jesus, damn, that was aggressive.
Austin has a girlfriend. He's having sex now, so he's got cum in the brain.
No, I was just saying, like, it's the sweet accents that it's like, oh no, you like to. It's about to go down later. Like you could just tell.
I hate California. I think California's sexy. I know a lot of people think like,
what is it?
It's
about the Valley Girl accent.
The Valley Girl accent.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like I just can't believe it. Every time I go to that mall, I run into Jeremy, and Jeremy is just so stupid. And I just cannot believe that we have to put up with him for 3 more years.
What is like I think universally hated is Boston. If you're talking U.S. regional,
from dudes, from women, like like a strong Chicago accent. I've heard women with a strong Chicago accent. Don't love it.
Don't love it.
And the same with
I've dated a couple girls like that.
And maybe this is sexist, but women with a Boston accent too. And that's why I like the movie The Heat, because Melissa McCarthy didn't even really try a Boston accent. But like from guys, it could be a very comical accent.
But I think
it's like, yo, Mark, go fuck yourself. Like, you know, I'm not a cop. Like shit like that.
Matt Damon and Leo in them.
Yeah.
I would say collectively, every person I've ever dated has like hated that accent on guys, and for some reason, I'm like, I don't know. I think it's kind of hot. I don't know why. I think because the guys in movies are like badasses with that accent. Excuse me, but it is. I can understand how it is kind of an ugly accent, you know. But I also, and I'm not shitting on just Boston or whatever. I come from one of probably the ugliest accents in the region is Wisconsin. Like I've spent a long time losing it. I can't even fake it. But going home and hearing it from my family, I'm like, God damn, man, this is not a good accent to have, and they barely have it as well. But it is just like way up Northwoods is an ugly ass accent.
If I could go back real quick, I wasn't mad. I was annoyed because like I had to pee real bad. And I feel like whenever I have to stop to pee, you just stop the podcast.
You can understand how frustrating it is that my podcast partner goes to pee. That means that people can hear you pee, flush the toilet. And then the door opens and you hear and then you come back and there's a clear pause. There's an awkward pause when all you could have done is just pee before the podcast.
I know, but sometimes you have bladder issues, okay? You're the one that's always pushing alcohol on everyone. It makes you pee. Austin, could they pick up the peeing on the audio?
That one was really loud.
It was really loud.
Maybe.
You know, I peed in the dark because your lighting system still always annoys me whenever I'm here. I don't know why. I can't why is it the nicer the house, the more complicated the lights? Why can't it just be a regular switch? Like you just do this and a light turns on. I hit a button and then it reacts to me and then like nothing happens. Then I have to hit the button at a different point. I'm already in a dark room.
No,
so I don't know where the fuck to hit it.
You're
just nervous.
No, I'm not nervous. Mm-hmm. I think you just won't admit it though. You know what I mean? I think you could probably admit like, yeah, it'd be better if it was just some switches, but you know, you don't want to say anything negative about the home.
I like the switches. The switches get dirty and gross. Like with
I'm not even saying like a switch, but like, it's just like, it doesn't matter. My point is that like, I feel like
guys, why don't
you need to understand
people listening right now, tell people about the podcast, let the podcast grow. And then Joe will buy those switches and then he'll understand that they are kind of annoying. I agree.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all.
I mean,
in the future, if it happens again, though, let's just say I'll just give you like a look and then I'll go pee. I'll go to the upstairs bathroom because it's less noisy. You don't want being picked up on the audio for a comedy podcast. And
okay, literally just
and you guys just talk though.
We can also pause.
You don't understand this though. Austin, would you rather me pause the podcast to do that, or would you rather me just go real quick and have you two talk for like 30 seconds while I pee?
Well, it would be easier for me to edit, but I mean, I don't mind. Honestly.
I was trying to think of you and your workload, and I was trying to give you less work.
Oh.
If we pause the podcast on here, if you pause it, you're not stopping it. If you pause it and you come back and we hit unpause, there is nothing that he has to edit because it just goes straight into the next thing.
The video he has to edit.
Oh, the video. Oh,
well, actually, would make it worse. So don't do that.
Yeah,
because the audio. Yeah,
I would just cut it at that point. Yeah,
that's why I'm just going real quick.
Yeah, or you could just pee before.
Yeah, but what if I do pee before and I still have to pee?
That'd be insane because that means your bladder can't hold 30 minutes of time.
Sometimes you have to pee. You know what I mean?
First it's his back, now it's his bladder, Jonah.
And I get it, you know. I get it. Cool. I get it. Like you got snipped, you got snipped and the cum goes somewhere. I get it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just came in your bathroom.
If Joe did a quickie in the bathroom and it came out like, came all jazzed up,
this is great. This is going to be a little off subject and real quick. It won't be that far of a sidebar. I think you mentioned on the podcast, but you did mention it to me, right? So Joe got snipped a few episodes ago. We all know that. Vasectomy,
Yeah.
which is great. I think that's an incredible decision. I think that's more men should be brave enough to do that. Honestly, God, yeah, it shouldn't be just on the women, right? But so what you explained to me, I think you explained to me this, is that the semen goes somewhere and it gets absorbed into your body.
So, kind of, you're a little off. Let me explain. So, your testicles create sperm.
Right.
Your prostate creates the semen. The sperm goes into the semen, and then it gets ejaculated out of your dick, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they cut off the vas deferens.
So there's no semen.
So the sperm can't travel to meet up with the semen.
Okay.
Like literally, when you get a vasectomy, your loads, you don't know the difference. They
Right.
look exactly the same.
Well, my point is
the only difference is there's not sperm in them, but you
Right.
can't tell that to the naked eye anyway.
My question is, you've been absorbing all this sperm.
You absorb it.
So you've been absorbing all this kind of like young blood. So do you feel yourself being more powerful and younger?
I don't know per se. I did think about that. I remember thinking like, does your testosterone go up after a vasectomy because your body's absorbing the sperm that you normally would just fucking come out of yourself?
Because rich people get like transfusions of younger people's blood. You're literally getting babies absorbed into you all day long.
Pro-life again.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, Jonah.
And I will say that I will say, Joe, you have been glowing your face. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being kind of serious here.
I thought it was the moisturizer I was using, but maybe
it's probably both.
With cum's coming out of your pores. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think that's how we get men to finally taking ownership in being proactive about contraception is, hey, listen, you get snipped, you get younger and more powerful.
I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you're going to be glowing and having cum out of your pores. Like Austin was insane.
Would that be insane if you're like, Joe, you're sweating? How you know it's just cum coming out of your fucking pores?
You look like the androids from Aliens.
I was just going to say that.
And
Yeah.
gooey. What's going on?
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
like
Just crying.
flinging at
Yeah,
people
yeah.
like, ugh.
You're like, I have more energy for some reason.
Yeah.
And Austin's like, I do too. Okay, so what's your next accent? Be like,
So we agreed on Southern. So far I've revealed Russian, French, and Southern.
we agreed on French too.
We did. So this next one, Spanish.
Yes.
Where you're going. You're going to Spain.
We're going to Spain.
Spanish women, I really like that accent. And I'm thinking Spanish from Spain. But I've come across Mexican, Puerto Rican, Brazilian, although Brazilian's Portuguese, where it's just like a sexy accent.
I think guys and girls, right?
So we just say like the Latina accent, I should say. The Latina accent.
Sure. Antonio Banderas and Selma Hayek have.
Yeah, Salma Hayek's got a really pretty accent.
Dude, yeah. Let's play.
Do we think we're...
Let's play. No. Wait, sorry, I'm doing Desperado.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you think we're thinking of hot women and hot women are just going to make words hot anyway?
Not yet. Let's play. Not yet. That's from Desperado. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I step off to go to the bathroom, the biggest sin in the world. Yeah, because I asked you to do something. You gladly do it, though, for another thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Not
funny.
yet. For
That's just
2
funny
seconds.
And I wasn't upset about it. I just thought it was funny that hey, carry the podcast for 45 seconds while I go pee, and you were upset that I asked you to do that. But again, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a hot example of the Spanish accent.
We just did it.
We just did it.
Desperado.
I know.
Yeah.
Moving right along.
I think
on
like
that one.
Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong. I would say Selma Hayek in Fools Rush In. Very hot when she's like yelling at him in Spanish.
I like the Colombian accent of Sofia Vera or something or other from Modern Family. Very attractive woman. And I think she does that accent very good. It's like, Jay. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like, I kind of dig that a little bit.
How is it that she pushes it almost to an annoying level? But I know she's doing it for comedic effect.
Comedic effect, yeah. I've seen her in other movies where it's still very sexy. Yeah. Because, let's talk about an accent that definitely wasn't going to make our list. But that's why I'm trying to question my rationale here. Nobody would ever really say the German accent is sexy.
No.
But I remember Heidi Klum was on Conan O'Brien.
Still scary.
That was the way she said it. It was like, oh, that's sexy because it's Heidi Klum.
Yeah,
that's my point. I'm like, could anyone sexy take an awful accent and make it hot because they're hot?
Well, I tell you that what goes against that theory, Hitler, good looking guy, very hot.
This was the choice.
So on my choice, that's kidding. I don't mean that.
Fassbender has a really good German accent.
He's half German.
Yeah, he nails it. I think.
Because his father's from Germany.
What's his other half though?
Irish, right?
Yeah,
is he Irish?
He's Irish. He grew up in Ireland.
Yeah, but he's got a sexy German vibe to him.
He's just got a sexy. I'm part of the Hog Squad vibe.
He's got Irish eyes.
Yeah, that's helping. Yeah, never mind then.
No, I've seen him do the German. He spoke it. I think he was fluent in German for a while. You say he's part of the Hog Squad?
Have you seen fucking Shame?
No. What's
No,
Shame?
he's part of the Hog
You've
Squad.
talked about shame 3 times in this podcast now, and Michael Fassbender's cock.
What is Shame?
In total, not today.
I know it's a movie, but what's the movie about?
I don't know, just about his big old hog. That's all I don't know. That's all I don't know. You know what?
Why were they called Shame then?
Can I
They
tell you something? I've never seen it. I don't know. I've never seen it. I just know about that part.
Oh,
I don't know. Like Steven Dorff's got a huge one. Why do I know that? I don't know. I just know about it. Never seen the movie that he shows it. I don't know.
Stephen Dorff, really?
I guess.
That's surprising because I'm thinking about that comedic actor Dwarf. It was Dorff. Remember Dorff on Golf and stuff?
Yeah.
There was this guy who would just put his knees on shoes.
Yeah.
He was really a normal sized guy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I like those. Are you looking up the movie Shame, Austin?
No, but I will tell you, Rogue has a Mississippi accent.
Oh, thank you. You found
Yeah.
that. I heard you guys talking about that in the bathroom. So again, I was
How
right.
could you hear that over your pee?
I didn't think it was that loud of piss, and I can't believe I didn't get a drop on the floor saying I was peeing in the dark. Ooh, that sounds like it'd be a good title for something.
It would be, yeah.
Peeing in the dark.
Peeing in the dark.
Or pissing in the dark.
I think that should be the title of your memoirs.
Dark.
Joker
Yeah.
Gill and Piss in the Dark.
All right, what's your next one? I gave you my number 4 is
You know what?
Spanish. Are you just in agreement? Which is fine.
No, I agree with you, but like my own, you said something I wanted to comment on, but that's okay. I
I
forgot it.
apologize.
No. What?
I said I apologize.
Oh, you don't have to. No.
If I
No,
got-
I didn't take enough good note of it. Hey, Joe, hey, I'm sorry that you felt like you had to apologize.
Thank you. I feel heard and seen.
I think this is going to be a difference between men and women. I think on women, I think an Egyptian accent's very attractive.
Yeah. And I don't know why I'm starting to think of a gypsy accent. Are you
Yeah.
allowed to say that?
You can say it.
Why
Whatever.
not?
Yeah.
Traveler's accent? Because I've heard women that kind of fit that like Romani.
Yeah, even
type,
when they
you know.
speak, shit. What is that? What do you call that? Farsi. Yeah. Even it's like, I think I find it to be very
man.
attractive. And also, Egyptian girls, period, are like in the most part are very attractive
It
women.
didn't make my list, and I'm not sure if I would put it in my list, but you're talking, what you just said reminded me of like the Barbados accent, like that island accent.
Yeah,
Good on a woman. I don't know if I love it on a dude.
I think it's hot. It's
Welcome to the island.
yeah,
man.
dude, like
You know?
yeah, that's hot.
But
That's
like
hot in a
Rihanna.
guy. No, that's hot, dude. Tay Diggs in
Tay Diggs.
yeah, in
Sorry.
like Help Mary Get Her Groove Back. Help
Stella.
Stella Get Her Groove. Sorry, I just quoted a joke of mine by accident. Yeah, Help Stella Get Her Groove Back. He's hot as shit in that. Or Tay Diggs, not Tay Diggs. In who the fuck is the actor in Into the Blue?
Yeah, that island accent could be pretty good.
It's pretty
Gotta be on
hot.
the right people though.
And it's also like chill. Like I think like Hawaiian accent on guys,
Yeah,
on women too.
it's weird. I'm trying to think of other Asian accents.
Okay, now you have to do the Asian accent.
Oh yeah. Hi, Chicho. Delete that.
Guys, with that
That
Austin
was
and I
not-
planned this
hey.
5 months ago.
To be fair, we've
That
been
is how
making
we
fun of accents the whole episode.
No, we
Nobody
have.
get upset by that. No, it's again, it's so much of an accent is in the ear of the beholder,
That's true.
right? Because I remember talking to a Japanese woman once where I'm like, oh, it's delightful, delightful to listen to. But I think like when we think of accents, we go right to movies, television, and film.
True.
And I don't think we've got enough American cinema to showcase that accent, and even the cinema from them, like different movies, action movies in particular. I know those genres are very popular there. Like I like the Indian women I've met, I like, but that accent doesn't strike me as particularly sexy,
Indian.
and that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a little higher. I think I feel like Egyptian's a little lower.
But I'm also thinking of their accents when they speak English, which is their second language, so their
Right.
accent is just not going to sound quite right.
Yeah.
Or if I was exposed to more films in their native tongue, I would probably be like, ooh, okay, I see it now. I can see why that's attractive.
I think so I'm going to move on to my next one.
Side note, I had to say some really intelligent shit after I did that horrible Asian accent.
You crushed
So
it. You did a good job.
I had to follow through.
You know what? We all forgot about the whole thing. Say that again.
Nothing.
I think so this is regional in this country, But I think English. I think an English accent on a woman is very sexy. I think also on a guy, I think it's very distinguished.
You know,
And
there
I
are
can see
some.
that-
There's which one though? Like that posh English accent.
Yeah, but if you go Cockney, no, thank you.
Yeah,
You know, like if you go Guy Ritchie.
the Guy
no.
Ritchie movie.
Yeah.
On dudes, it's funny. On women, it can be funny too. There's an attitude behind a good English accent from like a middle class or working class English woman or man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? By the way, Oasis, I'm so pumped about it. I tried to get
Coming back
tickets. I
together?
couldn't. Yeah, they announced their reunion. They released a bunch of European date, not European, but
Yeah,
like
they're gonna be, I was thinking like,
Ireland and UK dates.
we should do let's get a field trip to Wembley. To see 'em.
To Wembley.
Wembley.
Yeah,
Wembley.
you said Wembley.
Wembley.
So yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
that one, like the governor.
Governor,
No, that's not great.
That's not the good one.
But there are some good English accents where I kind of like the Manchester accent. The Liverpool accent could be rough.
Yeah. I think
could
that
be
like
rough. That Scoozer thing.
what's the Kings movie?
Oh, like the Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
The
some
kinda
good ones in that.
posh, yeah.
I don't have the English in my top 5, but here's my final one, my 5th one, and I think you'll understand why I don't have the English in my top 5 because I got the Irish accent.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're
have you ever
fucking
talked to an Irish woman, man?
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Good one. With my Chicago accent though. But dude, I love like the charm, the attitude of an Irish woman. Do you remember
I can
when
see
we
that
went
in
to
guys. I think that would work for like women for guys.
Yeah, women. I know a lot of women who love the Irish accent,
Yeah.
but like the Irish brogue. And so we were at that pub, the Wolfhound, which is in Chicago. One St. Patrick's Day, me, you, and Joe Fernandez. We had lunch there between different bars we were popping around to. And I remember the waitress was from Ireland, and she had a real good fucking charm. It was just shit giving.
Yeah.
she was like fucking with us a little bit.
So that's more of an attitude.
But the accent heightens that.
Okay,
Because if
yeah.
she sounded like she was from Boston, you would have hated it. And if she sounded like she was from down the street, it wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah.
There is like a thing. I remember giving a great example. I didn't think this accent was sexy because she was like an older woman talking, but the way they could turn a phrase. So in the Oasis documentary called Supersonic, which is on Netflix, I believe, great documentary. It's what really got me super into them. Their father was a huge piece of shit, right? And the mom was talking about how she just had to leave him. Like he was abusive towards her and abusive to the kids. And she's like, one day I just decided it was enough. I picked up and left him. I left him with one knife, one fork, one spoon. And to this day, I feel like I left him too much. Like just like shit like that. I didn't even do the Irish accent, but like just like the way they could turn a phrase is just fucking lovely. It's fucking delightful.
Fucking delightful. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You see Dairy Girls? That show's hilarious.
No.
Like it's really funny.
How do you feel about
Some
Scottish
terms.
though? No, right?
Nah, dude, it depends, man. Like, so I went to Scotland last October, as many as you know, and many of the listeners do know. I was looking up some Scottish travel stuff, like just to be like,
Yeah.
oh, where should I go when I'm in Edinburgh, and where should I, check out? And I came across some Scottish influencers,
Okay.
and I'll share you a couple of their videos, and you're gonna be like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something there.
Yeah,
It's on certain people though.
Right.
I feel like people probably think this way about the American accent.
Yeah.
Certain people it works, certain people it sounds like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
But there's a few Scottish ones where it's like, I can't believe ya.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's fun. It's cute. I think it's hot. I feel like it collectively, I think people think it's hotter on a guy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think is in America? What do we think is arguably the worst American accent?
The worst American accent to me.
Northwoods, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Oh yeah.
God, the Minnesota
Chicago?
ones.
People
I know
hate
you
Chicago.
like Austin, but the Chicago one's not great. Like that whole the Bears.
Yeah.
Let's go get a Polish sausage.
Yeah.
Our friend Pat McGann is a great comedian. Look him up. Everyone he tours with Sebastian Maniscalco. He did a joke about Midway Airport and how, and this is true. The Midway Airport voiceover when you're going to your terminal, whoever they hired had like an obnoxiously over the top Chicago accent, and it's always attention passengers. Welcome to Midway International Airport.
Right.
If you're going to New York, why? We got all that shit here. Like,
Yeah,
just like stuff like that. That's his joke. All right. Absolute worst American accent.
Like Maine, so Pacific North.
Pacific or
Wait, that I'm wrong.
Atlantic
Yeah,
Northeast,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Excuse me. Kill me.
No, honestly, I think the worst accent has to be. Oh, this is fucking tough.
Boston? No, because what we said before.
I think the dumb Southern accent, the
Real bad.
hillbilly, hill folk,
Florida?
Yeah, Florida.
Floridian.
Florida swamp trash, maybe.
To me, it's like upper Northwoods trash. like the Florida of upper.
So you're thinking like northern Wisconsin and northern
Fucking
Michigan?
hate that accent. It's so, but I guess there's a little charm to it.
Is it worse than get her done?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that shit. Like that. Like think about those women who do those like calling their husbands. Or it's like get. Like they're just yelling stupid nonsense.
Yeah.
Can't stand that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's like hey, why don't we go shoot some cans of beer?
Yeah.
Huh? It's like, oh God. You could just tell they never read a book in their fucking existence.
Come on, get.
Go on, get off my porch now,
Yeah.
boy.
Go on, get.
Like that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I think you're right.
That's the worst accent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that real.
What do you think the best is?
Ooh, the best.
Because like newscasters all are trained in the kind of like Midwestern, like kind of like generic Midwestern, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what everybody thinks is technically the best accent, right? Is not so nasally, but kind of, you know.
Yeah, like the Atlantic accent, like the transatlantic.
You're being smarter than both of us right now.
The
Yeah.
1950s, like fucking radio people.
Yeah, yeah.
JFK was just shot like that that accent.
See, that's like more East Coast, right?
Yeah, that's East Coast.
But that was then. I think it kind of morphed more into like not so.
Yeah, we like lost accents. That's what's weird about
Yeah.
our country. We've
Yeah.
had accents and then we lost them.
Well, I think we lost them. We just lost them. We lost representation in the news. Right, because that's my point, is that like almost all the newscasters have that kind of Midwestern, like flyover states, kind of like lower Wisconsin, like Indiana a little bit, like
I'm gonna say Denver.
Yeah,
Because what's a Denver accent?
Or
they
like-
don't have one. So
or
there's
Pacific
there's the
Northwest,
best.
so like Oregon, Seattle,
Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with those places. If you don't have an accent I can make fun of, then you have the best one.
Yeah, I would say for me, like coming from where I'm from, I don't know how you feel about where you are from Chicago, but from Wisconsin, like I don't have it until I hit my A's, and I have a very nasally A, and I hate that like my voice is low, but it's also very high at the same time, and that I hate. Like I hate that about my voice.
Well, I'm from the part of Chicago that does have an accent of a certain age, though.
Right.
I feel like people around
is like
my
beat
age
your
and
wife.
younger, yeah, people around my age and younger don't really have that strong Chicago accent, and maybe that's because we're just exposed to, you know, there's more television channels now.
Yeah.
There's more everything.
Still there
now.
a little bit. Do you feel this there a little bit?
On certain words, I could understand, and I've been called out where it's like, you have a Chicago accent a little bit, man.
Where do you
It's
think
okay.
what word do you think that is for you?
I don't know off the top of
Okay.
my head.
Okay.
No, it'd be weird if I had that answer. But like our buddy Danny Kels is a good comedian in front of ours. He kind of has that thing that,
He's so Chicago's New York.
yeah, but you know what it really is? It's Chicago Italian. And even though he's only a little bit Italian, he grew up in a very Italian American community. And they all kind of had that, dude, what are we doing tonight?
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
Joey.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone, you couldn't, if you had a friend named
yeah.
Joe, he was Joey.
Yeah.
You had a friend named Mike, he was Mikey.
Yeah.
Yo, Mikey, Joey, we're going to go over to Paulie's. We're going to shoot some dice in the alley.
Yeah.
You know, like shit like that. That's how they had that, like, dude, what's up, dude? Like, you know, like that little strong and, you know, we go get some pizza, you know, go fuck around a little bit. What do you say? You know? But like, I think as generations go on, that accent is fading though. You don't really hear that cartoonish Chicago accent much. For those of you who don't know it, think about the Saturday Night Live sketches from the late 80s and early 90s with the super fans. George Wendt, Chris Farley, and those, Mike Myers was part of that. Those guys
Yeah,
that
that
had
Bears.
like, the Bears, Coach Ditka. Chicago Bears are taking on the Green Bay Packers this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they had that thing going
Yeah,
on.
there's more like a rhythmatic, like kind of like every every syllable has that like really hard hit on it.
Yeah.
And I think like Wisconsin's a little softer, but like really, it goes really, the in betweens are really like bag, like I go bag, you know, like in between.
Like the word three is not three, it's tree.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you
fucking
come
hate
over by 3 o'clock? Come
Yeah.
over like 3 o'clock.
Not a fan of that.
I don't like that either. It sounds wildly uneducated.
Okay, so coming from where you're from, what is the most embarrassing like regional word that you say?
That
When
they
you
say
when
with
you
an
like when you
accent.
go to West Coast, East Coast, you have to kind of catch yourself from saying or phrase.
None of them are embarrassing because I'm so Chicago. I love it, and I want to be one of those people that tells everyone they're wrong. We're the ones who
You're
speak
like
correctly.
that?
We speak correctly.
You're like that with the 9/11 thing,
So I would have to say the most
like front room.
if front room is a good one because it sounds like front room.
Yeah.
I guess when I hear people say pop, they kind of say like pop.
Okay.
You know,
I hate that term.
get a couple pops.
Yeah.
I still call it pop.
Really?
But rarely do I have to use the word pop because I'll just be like, I'll take a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I don't say I'll take a pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like a Diet Pop.
I'll say like, we should get a case of pop. What kind do you want?
My family's from
Say that.
Albuquerque.
I don't
and
like
that-
soda. Soda sounds stupid to me.
I love soda. That's why I'm used to it. So my family's from Albuquerque, and then my dad's side, and they say Coke for everything. It's
That's
annoying.
dumb to me. Because
It's so dumb.
What if you want a Sprite?
I've literally been like, I'm like, when I used to drink soda, I'd be like, do you want a Coke? I'm like, yeah. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, a Coke? They're like, we don't have that. We only have Pepsi here. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is?
I've heard people do that. There's some southern states that they call everything Coke, and then I'm like,
I hate that I
what do you
grew
call
up.
Sprite?
I hate that I grew up telling. This is so common, but it is embarrassing that I call water fountains bubblers. I sound like a 3-year-old when I ask for a bubbler. Like, it's insane. It's crazy.
So you say, where's the bubbler?
Yeah, where's a bubbler? Is there a bubbler around here?
I really don't. I wish I had an example for you of a Chicago-ism or Chicago thing where I think that's embarrassing or stupid. I really just don't.
Or I say, like, for some reason in Wisconsin, well, one, I say sorry constantly. It is annoying. Where people stop saying sorry, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I said sorry. Like, it's just like, it's so like easy. It's like, I generally mean it, but I mean it as in like, oh, whoops. Like, to me, like, sorry is whoops, Or I say like, if a server comes and then they ask me first, hey, what would you like? And I don't know. I thought it's okay to say, start with me last.
That's fine.
Really? When I moved down here and I said to somebody, go, what the fuck are you saying? I go, I don't know. Yeah, start with me.
I don't know if I would say start with me last. I would say like, oh, I'm not sure. Does someone else could go first?
Yeah, but it's like, start with me last. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that doesn't seem that weird to me.
The same thing I do. He orders a burger and fry.
And fry, you ripped me apart for that one.
He says burger and
That
fries.
was so stupid, and everyone ripped you apart. I wasn't the only one who said that. That sounds weird, being like, I'll take a burger and a fry.
A fry. I got to go for a fry.
To me, that is so natural.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with what is being said?
Okay, like, it sounds like you want a singular fry, and I know that's not what you mean, but how hard is it to say, like, I'll take a cheeseburger with some fries?
Well, you just added 2 other words.
Also, you said
I'll take a
and some just looks
cheeseburger
like
and
a handful.
fry. No, how about this? I'll take a cheeseburger and fries. I'll take a cheeseburger and a fry is what you were saying. I'll take a cheeseburger and a fry.
No, he doesn't say cheese. Burger and fry.
Burger and fry.
I don't think you can.
So you don't want cheese? You don't want cheese on your burger?
And fry is too many syllables for us.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
burger and fry. Yeah.
So
I
you
think that's from the north.
do you order?
Because everything. Well, also like I think Wisconsin is like, it's insane that not. It's insane if I ordered a burger, they'd be like, "Do you want a cheeseburger or regular?" I was like, "There is no such thing as a regular burger. What are you talking about? Cheeseburger? Yeah,
What kind of fry you want? Yeah.
yeah. Everything
I
has
say
cheese
fry,
on it.
yeah.
It
That's my
feels
point.
like everything you say makes it so that the server has to ask a bunch of follow-up questions. I'll give you an example.
Agreed.
I
Yeah.
remember this one time. I thought about this recently because I think I drove by the person's like house. Coincidentally, I bought this thing on Facebook Marketplace like a year ago or something. And I remember I messaged the person being like, "Hey, is it still available?" And they're like, "Yeah. Do you want to pick it up today?" I'm like, "I would love to pick it up today. Do you have a spot? Do you have like a location where you do pickups and stuff like that?" And she responded with, "Yes, just at my house." And then I'm like,
Fuck's it. Yeah.
I don't know where you fucking live. Like,
Right.
but so I took a beat. I'm like, all right, is she eventually going to follow up with her fucking address? And then finally I just wrote, great. And where would that be? Like, I don't understand people who leave out information. And it sounds like the way you're ordering, if you're like, I'll take a burger and a fry, you are now putting on the server to be like, cool. Would you like cheese? And you're thinking, duh, of course I want cheese. Wonderful again. What kind of cheese would you like, sir? Would you like cheddar, American, Swiss? Why don't you just start off with, I like a cheeseburger with fries, cooked medium with American cheese. That'd be wonderful. Thank you. Save everyone the fucking time. When I used to serve, I would have hated certain people, like if you were ordering like that. Burger and fry. If you say burger and fry to me, I get that you mean fries with the burger. But I'm assuming you want a hamburger with no cheese.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
Is that what you want?
That's what a hamburger is. Yeah.
No, I want cheeseburger.
I know,
yeah.
but do you ever order?
I'm not
But
disagreeing.
do you
with you.
order a hamburger?
Yeah.
So you get a burger with no cheese.
I've had that. Yeah, I had one like 2 weeks.
That
ago.
is fucking weird to me.
That is weird.
Isn't that? Because they're awful in a way.
No, then I had grilled onions and normal onions, and that substituted. That made the moisture of what the cheese would do, and I saved about maybe 200 calories.
All right, fair enough. I guess
I don't think it's.
you're counting.
It's weird, but I don't think it's
weird.
Yeah, it's weird, but it's just because it's not normal.
Well,
I would love to
save
talk to
$1.
some restaurants and be like, what percentage of regular hamburgers do you sell?
Yeah.
Like hamburger no cheese.
Yeah, I
What
had a cousin that loved pizza, but they didn't like the cheese, so they would just eat the bread with the
Yeah, I know
mozzarella.
people who like
yeah.
that
That's
too.
weird. It's like that's the whole point of pizza is the cheese.
Yeah, you don't like pizza then.
Then you just like breadsticks.
Yeah,
Just get
exactly.
breadsticks.
Dipped in marinara or something.
Just marinara sauce.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
I always
You
love
don't like
people,
pizza.
and I think I might be like accidentally quoting somebody else, but like I always love when people are just like, oh, could we get like I know. Could we get cheese sticks and marinara sauce before pizza? I'm like, you just want pizza before pizza. They're like,
you
no.
say that all the time. I didn't know you say that. You personally say that all the time.
Yeah, it's
anytime that he's like, oh, do you want like anything with the pizza? It's like, yeah, we can get like cheese sticks or something. He's like, oh, you want pizza? With
You
the
want
pizza
pizza for the
and
pizza?
I'm like, well, never mind, Jonah. I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Even
it's
though
like-
you
it's the
fucking
same.
asked me, you asshole.
You're worried you're quoting someone else. You quoted yourself.
Yeah, sure.
That's
I
what you
did.
just did
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
All right, well, I'm happy with that list. I think we got some sexy accents. Listeners, tell us any accents we might have missed. Maybe we forgot some, or you could leave a voice recording and like send it to our Instagram messages. Maybe we could hear some voices. I don't know. We have another episode we're going to do. Then there might be a little break where we show you some old episodes, and then we're going to come back strong with a season 3. Jonah, anything you want to plug? No, me either. Just go to joekilgallon.com, YouTube Joe Kilgallen, and you'll get all the stuff you want there if you want to check out my stand-up comedy. Thank you for listening to Let's Get Dumb.